Excuse me? Can you please stop roughing? Mama's trying to make a video here. Hello everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here.
My name is Bree.
I make arts and crafts related videos, but this video is not going to be like that. This is going to be more of a life style video. So if you're not into that, that's fine. I'll catch you in the next one. But for everybody else, here's what's going on. It is a new year and I am not feeling good, but they do say that your surroundings can greatly improve your mood. And I do know that's definitely true for me. If my home is clean, orderly, I definitely function a lot better in it. I'm also feeling like I want to refresh our living space a bit. I am historically pretty lazy when it comes to home decor. My partner and I also moved into this apartment in kind of like chaotic circumstances. We thought it would be a very short-term situation. Fast forward 2 years, we are still here and I have still done basically nothing. Now, this is not going to be an extreme makeover, move that bus type of scenario here. We do rent this place, so I can't paint, I can't really change anything cosmetically, but there's like a few organizational things I think I could improve upon, some comfort items that might be nice, and just in general, I want to add more color to the space. I also don't really want to spend a ton of time or money on this, so we have some challenges there for sure, but here are my ideas. Okay, for organizational items, our coat closet has a bit of a shoe graveyard situation happening in there. I'd like to find a better solution for that. Same with our kitchen pans. They all live together, shoved up under the stove. It's hard to get them out. They fall behind the stove. I don't like it. I'd also like to find some sort of basket organizational moment for my bathroom. I like a fresh washcloth every single day. And currently I just keep them all piled up next to the sink. Not great. For comfort items, I've got 2 things written down. Number 1, I would love a tray for my bathtub, preferably with a phone stand so I can sit back, soak, watch my programs. I currently prop my phone up against a shampoo bottle in the corner. It's fine, but it could be better, Number 2, I turned 30 last year and everything hurts. My ankles and my back hurt from walking around on hard floors and really just like existing as a human person in the world. So I want some of those like memory foam, anti-fatigue mats for the floor. All of the options I see online though are pretty ugly, or they just look like that sticky material that would be a pain to keep clean that like all dirt and everything just like clings to. Why has no one yet cornered the market on aesthetically pleasing squishy mats for life after 20? And lastly, in terms of decor, I just want to focus on the living room and the bathrooms. Actually, let me just show you where the bar is currently, because really I think anything I do at this point would be an improvement. This is our master bathroom. It's a great bathroom. No arguments there. I love our shower. It's just boring. There's nothing going on in there. And you'll notice every single room of this apartment is some shade of depression gray, which I hate, but unfortunately cannot change. This is the other bathroom. Again, great. It's a bathroom. There's just nothing going on behind those eyes. It's a gray bathroom with a white mat, white shower curtain, white towels. It needs something, some personality. And then this is our living room. It's surrounded with windows, so not much we can do there in terms of wall decor. But I mean, it's a neutral couch, a neutral rug, and that's about it. My couch is always covered in blankets because my dog likes to build his little nests. This rug I've had for about 5 years, I think. It's one of those woven textures with tassels, which turned out made for a great puppy chew toy, so it's seen better days. Now, my dream living space would fall somewhere on the design spectrum of like dark academia forest witch meets haunted cottage bookstore, that look. I don't think we're gonna achieve that here today or ever, but my goal here at least would be to change the rug for something more colorful, more fun, something with a pattern, and then add some drapes to the windows. I feel like that would really elevate the space, which sounds simple enough, but I'm already kind of discouraged. I've been looking online at some of the more notable rug sellers, but the options that I'm liking are like $500, $600, $700 range, and I'm not about that life. I also don't really trust the color portrayed in some of these images. Like, I feel it would be a completely different color once I got it in person, and I don't want to have to try to figure out how to return a giant rug. I don't want to deal with that, so I'm gonna look for a rug out in the world. And then I've got the same kind of story with the curtains. My dream curtains are these ones from West Elm. It's a worn kind of velvety fabric in this like gorgeous olive green color. Love them. Obsessed. Not obsessed with the price. Because for the size I need, they're like $320 for one pair, and I need 8 panels. I don't need the ability to do math in my head, which I don't have, to know that that number's too high. Even if I only got 4 panels, that's still like $700 almost, and I just can't do that. And then I have the same fear with the color for some of these other options I'm seeing online. I just think it's not gonna be the same in person. And y'all know, I love Etsy, but some of these options on here are a bit suspect because they're just straight up stealing the product photos from the West Elm site. So we're also gonna look for some curtains while we're out and about on our travels. Okay, that's the game plan. I am going to stop talking now. So let's just go see what we can find. Great job, team. Let's go. All right, starting off at Target, quick recap. I just did kind of a general once over on everything: baskets, decor, bathroom stuff. I did like this rug option. I thought it had a nice pattern, nice colors. I also perused the curtains. Really not much to offer in terms of my aesthetic. Lots of white and gray. All right, I got a couple things at Target that are good. I'll show you when I get home. They still don't have any curtains that I liked, so I'm gonna have to keep looking for those. I need to go to the grocery store now, and then maybe we'll swing by Ikea and see what they have in terms of curtains. Otherwise, I think I just have to order them online. Ikea did have some promising rug options as well, pretty reasonably priced. I like that they actually hung flat where you can see them. I thought this one was really cool, but was worried it had too much of a gray undertone. I don't need to be pulling out any additional gray. I also liked the colors and patterns on this one. Then I started doubting the whole thing and thought maybe I should just get another neutral rug, but I quickly snapped out of that. Moving on to curtains, I kind of struck out a little bit. They had this dark navy blue color in a velvet curtain for $70 a pair, but it didn't come in green. The only green option they had was this like shiny satiny fabric. I didn't love that. Then I saw these Linda plain white cotton curtains. They have like a little loopy hole at the top, which I like. They were only $30 a pair, which got me contemplating whether I could just turn these into the color I wanted them. Am I so crazy that I'm about to dye 8 curtains? I bought the curtains. I'm gonna hang on to them maybe while I look at a couple other places before I resort to dyeing them myself, but we'll see. I didn't end up choosing a rug because I don't want to pick a rug without Patrick also liking said rug, so I'm gonna bring him back with me and see which one he likes as well. While I was waiting in line, I was looking at the Rit Dye website, and they actually have formulas for like any color you could want, like dye recipes on how much to add to get your desired color. But there were so many different colors of green that was overwhelming too. I was like, how am I gonna pick? How do I pick a color? But if we do go down that route, we will have to go to the craft store. Oops. I was gonna go home, but I decided to make another stop at World Market. They didn't have any good options for curtains either. There were some cheaper plain white ones, but they were way too short. They did have a lot of good rug options though, and some were like 50% off. I ended up not buying anything that trip, but I'll be back. Instead, I just went home and cooed at my dog on the floor for half an hour. All right, everyone, some time has passed. It's like a week or two later. I ordered some things in the mail, but now I have them, so I can show you everything I got. I have my pile of items, so let's just get into it. Excuse me, I'm very busy here trying to make a video. From Target, I got 2 of these squishy bath mats. They're like 10 bucks. I'm just gonna put them underneath the bath mats I already have. Is that gonna look weird? Probably. I also got one of these over the door hooks, so my bathrobe can have a special designated area. That sounds great. I got this woven basket tray for my washcloths and such. I'm gonna put it on the toilet. It's gonna look very elegant or something. And then last thing I got was some new shower curtain hooks, some gold ones. Thought that would be fancy, right? Elegance. Then from Ikea, I got the curtains, which you already saw. But I also got these like pots, pan pots and pan organizers things. Like, this is something I would never spend money on, and it pains me to do so, but I am excited about it. Then from Amazon, I ordered my bath tray. It's like bamboo bath tray that has a stand for my iPad, my phone. Excuse me, are you eating mommy's basket? Don't eat mama's basket. That's my basket. I bought that for myself and not for you. My bath tray. I also got a bamboo shoe rack that I need to put together to handle that situation. And then the last thing I bought, I think, is from Etsy. It was a bit more of a splurge item. I couldn't find a shower curtain that really invoked joy for me as much as this one did. It's this very like whimsical forest witch enchanted critter moment that I think is just gonna be really fun. This is mommy's curtain. And it's really not for you, is the thing. That's it for stuff I bought. I'm also just gonna try to, oh, okay. You violent creature. I didn't find a whole lot of like decor items. I think I'm just gonna try to use up some stuff I already have. I have a couple of these wood shelves that I had hanging up in my last apartment. I haven't bothered to hang them here. They've just been sitting in a closet. So I might be able to hang these somewhere. And by me hang these, I mean that my boyfriend is gonna hang them while me and Odie supervise. I've also got some random frames and pictures and just like knickknacks and things that I'll try to utilize. But that's the haul, that's what we're working with. So now I think I'm gonna try to dye those curtains. I do need to go to the craft store real quick to pick up the dye. All right, we have our supplies. I actually had to go to 3 different stores to gather enough green dye for this venture. That was upsetting, but here we are. Now, the instructions for the dye clearly and adamantly say that you should pre-wash all fabrics before dyeing them, and that you should only soak 1 curtain at a time if you're not working with like a big enough dye vessel. I'm not doing any of that. My brain gets tunnel vision when I work on stuff like this, and I need it to be done now, like right now. I don't have time to prep things. I don't have time to mess around. But if you attempt something like this, please do as I say and not as I do, because I really do be sabotaging myself with my impatience. Also, I could not decide on a single color from that giant archive of green squares. My brain just shut down over that decision, so I just decided to double up on the green dye, hoping that delivers like a deep, rich green that I'll be happy with. I did 2 curtains at a time in my sink because, again, can't be bothered to wait. I tried mixing the fabrics around best I could, but it was pretty cramped in there, just being real. Then I let those soak for about an hour, and once time was up, I soaked the fabric in an additional bath with the Rit Color Dye Fixative. Then I ran the curtains through a wash cycle on their own and hoped for the best. Okay, please don't be ugly. What do you think? You're definitely uneven. Like I said, sabotage. I clearly have some blotchy areas in my fabric. That's really due to not pre-washing it and not having enough space in the sink to freely stir the fabric. But that didn't bother me as much as the actual color did. The camera doesn't really show the true color, but it was a very bright jewel tone green, which is just not what I was going for. I want like a dark forest green. So I did what any sane woman with 4 panels of poorly dyed cotton curtains would do. I bought more dye. That's right, I did this all over again, this time mixing dark green with dark brown, hoping that would like tone down the jewel tones. This is what the curtains look like after that whole process, and I did double check to make sure that these are different clips than what I just showed you moments ago. And they are in fact. Although they look absolutely unchanged on camera, I promise in real life the color was slightly darker, slightly duller. I just wish I had done the green-brown mixture from the beginning, and I think that would have turned out better. But hey, you live, you learn. Except for me, who doesn't learn, because I went right back to dyeing more fabric. Remember all those white bath linens? Yep, we're dyeing those too a spicy burnt orange. This is a mixture called Redwood Park from the Rit website. Now, while those soak, I'm gonna prep the rooms for their makeovers. All you lovely folks who subscribed to this channel for art content, would you also settle for some cleaning my bathroom content? actually kind of enjoy watching people clean and do chores online, like a voyeuristic creep. It's oddly satisfying. Not that any of that footage I just showed was, but anyways, here are those orange towels before I wash them and afterwards. The bath mat is more of that true redwood color, I think. The towels turned out as more of a pumpkin spice, I would say, but I still love them both. I think they turned out great. Now I'm just going to assemble that shoe rack with a little help from my personal assistant, get that closet organized, tackle the kitchen, yeah, and then we'll get into decorating the rooms. All right, that was surprisingly easy, even for me. And now what used to be a space of chaos is now way better. Yeah, and I feel better about it. It's also Assistant Odie approved. Now here's the baking sheet situation. I used one of those bamboo peg trays to organize our smaller, more used items. I'd say they were a lot more accessible. And then I used the other one to hold some of our lids to our pots. I like it. Now we're on to the main event, decorating the rooms. I use the term decorating very lightly here because I hung like one thing on the wall, but it is something. This mirror I already had, it's just been sitting in the closet. Why not use it? I also bought some fresh eucalyptus from Trader Joe's and let it air dry out on the counter for 2 weeks. I'm just gonna use that to make a little dried bouquet. I know some people hang this stuff on their shower head, but that sounds like a potentially moldy situation in my brain, so I'm just gonna hang it on the wall next to the shower. I tied the bundle together with a little twine. I think it's cute. Then I hung my robe on the closet door and put that foam mat underneath the existing bath mat. Now this is something I actually do wish I spent more money on. Like, it is squishy, I like it, but I wish it was bigger and squishier. Yeah, I put the other mat under my kitchen sink, and it does make a difference when you're standing there washing dishes, I'll say. Then I rolled all my washcloths into little Swiss rolls, put those in my basket. I refilled our reed diffuser with some fresh gardenia scent, put that in the basket. I also got a little candle in there, and that was it. Now, this is the bathroom before I did anything, and this is after. I realized, hey, it's nothing special, it's really not that different, but it made a big difference to me. Even these small changes made the room feel more homey. We've got some subtle spa vibes happening. It's clean, it smells good. I like it. Now we have the guest bathroom, which I think will be more of a noticeable difference once we're done. Here's a better look at that new shower curtain. It definitely brings a lot more color, more fun, more whimsy. We're adding in our newly orange towels. And then we have our shelf over the toilet. My plan here is to arrange some pictures and frames on there, all of which I already had, which was great. I like to collect art prints from trips that I go on, so all these pictures have a nice memory to go along with them. I've got some other little knickknacks here, including these wooden mushrooms that my brother made for me. I also added a couple books, mostly for decor purposes, but somebody might enjoy such biblical tellings as the Backpacker's Field Manual or Erotica for Feminists. All I have left to assemble is my bath tray, and by assemble, I mean just place it on the tub because it was already put together, but I placed it so good, you guys. Speaking of which, this thing is legit. Look at this little fold-out thing. Now, what was once this sad, boring bathroom for 2 years, now it looks like this. And considering I couldn't paint or replace anything, I think it looks cute. It didn't cost a ton of money because I got to use a lot of stuff I already had, and it just feels way more me now. In fact, sometimes I just walk over here to peek in the bathroom to look at the new decor because it makes me happy. And really now I'm just mad at myself that I didn't do this sooner. It's also painful to think of my life before I had a bath tray. This thing is a game changer. Okay, final room, final stretch. In fact, if you're still watching this far, thank you so much. You're doing a great job. Now, I'll just say that I hate hanging curtains. We both were dreading this activity, in fact, and Patrick had to do most of it because I can't read and I don't understand how drywall works, so I mostly occupied the dog, but I did help some. We ended up having to place the curtain rod higher than expected because there were some metal pieces around the window, supposedly. So my curtains don't touch the ground, which is actually a big pet peeve to me. That's not what I wanted, but you know what? We're not doing any of this over again. That's for damn sure. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Cleared the space out so I can clean, lay the new rug. I'll be vulnerable with you guys right now. I had not vacuumed under here since we moved, and there was a sizable dust bunny civilization living under the couch. It feels good to know that it's not there anymore. Anyway, here is the rug we ultimately chose. I got it from World Market. It was only $70. That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't feel the most luxurious, I'll be honest here, but I think it looks nice. I think I need to get a rug pad for underneath it, but we will get there. I didn't know what a rug pad was until just now. Here's what the room looked like before, and here is after. Ooh, again, yeah, I know it's not that different, but it feels very different to me, and I don't hate the curtains. I actually think they look good, so this whole project I will consider a success. All right, well, I hope you found this video somewhat entertaining. I promise the next one will be more arts and crafts adjacent. Though this apartment does have 2 other bedrooms, both of which have 0 decor. So maybe I can revisit this concept because I did have fun doing this. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Subscribe. Ew.